Welcome.
And welcome to the show. I'm your host, Joey Wobbs. That is Mr. Link. And welcome Patrick to the show. Patrick, we appreciate you coming on, my man. We really do. Today's show, we're on, by the way, episode 40. Link, episode 40.
40. Love it.
Episode 40. Guys, appreciate you coming on. I'm a little bit rushed because I was just coming from Never a Foul.
Yeah, Joey's big time now, Patrick. He's up there with you.
I mean, I could get bigger. Don't get it twisted. I've already told you I could get bigger. Pause. Don't push me today, like.
I'm in a great mood. I'm sorry.
I know you are, bro. But how's life though? How's life, G?
Me
talking to you, Link. I'm talking to you, Link.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm gonna
give Patrick his time. I'm talking to you.
Life is decent. Could always be better. Could always be bigger. Pause. But it's very nice to be able to have a couple moments a week where I can talk about the sport I love, and talk with people I love. So it's good stuff, man. I enjoy the community that comes from this, and just the entertainment that comes from us going back and forth. Pause. Talking about Liverpool and Chelsea and all the other Prem teams and teams around the world. So yeah. Blessed, thankful, and happy to be on the show once again, man. 40 episodes. Fucking awesome. To many more.
Patrick, if you guys don't know Patrick, I want you guys to go to the title, and I want you guys to subscribe to Patrick's channel. One of the few channels where you can hear a little bit of delusion and a little bit of really good information. Like, you get a little bit of both.
Say a little bit.
You get a little bit of both. It's nice. It's really nice blend, bro. It's not like LB where it feels like it's like all the way left. He's a little left, and then he moves back over and reels himself back in a lot of the times. So it's fun to watch him actually move on his channel. He has a lot of really dope guests on the channel too that you just haven't seen maybe a couple times on the terrace or something along the lines of that. Am I muted, or you guys can hear me, right?
No, we can hear you clearly. We can hear you.
All right. Well, I think my mic is set in the different.
No, we can hear you like crispy.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, it is. It's coming out of my camera. 1 second.
Yeah, then your camera's got a good mic because it's like clear.
How about now? Better?
That your camera was like better.
Really? My camera was better?
Yes, your camera.
I'm getting rid of this mic then.
Your camera was better, 100%.
Man, your camera sound was crisp, man. It sounded like you're in a TV or something proper.
No kidding. All right,
yeah,
cool. We'll keep it there in the camera then. I'm just gonna get rid of this mic, bro. There's no reason to have this mic if that's the case. So Patrick, really, this show is supposed to be to speak about your moves. Okay, you guys have made a lot of moves this summer so far. You guys have been quick to move, and you guys are probably one of the most prepared teams for the Club World Cup, I would say. Like, overall, as a squad, probably the most prepared team, like, set up for you to be able to at least be successful based off the numbers. Okay, based off the numbers that you have in each position. Oh wow, we got the raid too. Big up, Nat. Big up, Never a Foul. We appreciate you guys. I thought we were going to you guys were going to Cast, bro. But we appreciate you coming in. As you guys know, we welcome you every time you come. Pause.
Welcome.
All right. So, Patrick, before we get to your window, okay? Before we get to your window, I already apologized to Link about this whole argument that we had of him getting Wirtz or not. So I'm not going to speak too much about it. But we're going to let Link get his lick about Wirtz one more time. He got his here we go. 150 million, Link. What do you think about the move? one last time, and I don't even want to worry about the price tag right now. Really, I don't really care. I'll use that against you when I have fail comps later in the year. You're muted. You're muted.
Maybe it's good he's muted so that we don't hear what sounds he's making when doing that.
Worse. I said it too many times before, but I just like saying it. Worse. You kind of say it like Drake said it, on worst behavior. Yeah, it'll catch on. It'll catch on.
Yeah, that's
but
a good song.
Yeah, man. It wasn't a I told you so, but it was a possibility. And we had our back and forth on it. And Patrick, I don't know how much you know about this, but we had a 30-minute long argument about this on this channel. And I was actually going through it today. Yeah, just a little bit. I didn't get to watch the whole thing back. But I said it was a possibility. I said that, certain things were happening that made me think, maybe we're not complete idiots and wouldn't embarrass ourselves in the transfer market again, So I was hoping Caicedo didn't happen again. I was hoping that Zubamendi was, an outlier and an anomaly in how we're going to do transfer business under Hughes and Edwards. And so far I am right. So I'm happy Wirtz is here. We're going to win the league. He's the best 10 in the Prem. It's yet to be proven yet, but I'm saying this now so we can get ahead of it. Joey, save your arguments, save all your agendas for when the time comes. But yeah, I
already said I'm not going to speak until I have comps, and then I'm going to cook you.
Yeah, get all your fail comps. We'll wait to see how long it takes for those to happen.
I could just bring up the Gusto 1v1s that he had against France.
Of course.
I'm not going to go that far.
I want you to get highlights and comps up of him trying to avoid injury in a Nations League semifinal or third place match, whatever it was. So while you do that, I'm going to enjoy all the edits of him in a Liverpool jersey, and I can't wait for the announcement. So yeah, we got our 10. My midfield is the best in the Prem. I can't wait for the battle of the midfields next year. And no one can tell me otherwise. I'm not hearing it. You may have different opinions. They may be proven right in the next 6 months, but I'm not listening to any of it.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if you
don't
want
have to listen
yesterday
to it.
flow day, today flow day, or the entire saga, it's been flow day. But happy flow day to those.
No, it's over now. You can't. Yeah. It's over. It's on flow day. Go play some football. Until you play some football, then it can be some.
You know what? This is all I have, and I'm not used to
this. No, it's not all you have. I was about to ask you another question.
Okay.
One of your guys.
Which guys?
One of your guys.
Which guys?
Your guys. Fabrizio Romano come today. He comes, tells us.
Oh yeah, man.
Nunez is dead at Liverpool.
Bro. Rest in peace to Darwin Núñez's career. I saw a vision that didn't come to light, and I apologize for those who followed me in that vision. But I can only say at least he didn't stop us from winning at least the Prem this year. I still think that there's a potential in Darwin Núñez, and I will remain in the fact that Darwin Núñez is the profile of the striker we need. His lack of confidence and his mental attributes are what's limiting him at Liverpool right now. So I wish him all the best if he does leave. I will be very appreciative for the incoming transfer fee. And if we get that Saudi bag, y'all better watch out. So, Darwin, you tried, but you got to go, my brother. You failed us too many times. And I doesn't mean I still love you, but it's time to love you from afar. Pause. He can dip, bro. I don't know what you want from me. He can dip. We need the money. I want to.
I know.
I need someone that can pass, bro. Like I
guess the thing here is right. I guess the thing here with this, I do think in the end you guys do get Ekitike. That's like probably where my mind is at with this whole thing now. I don't know if we actually get another striker. The other striker I kind of believe we would get is Duran on loan. That's like my mindset now. It's like this football team really likes Duran. Like we've been trying to get Duran for 2 years, and now he's willing to be on loan to come back and potentially come back. I can definitely see us just throwing everything away and just loaning Duran as that second striker to come in. So like I do think I do think all this other stuff is white smoke, but I don't know if you guys spend the money on Ekatike. Like I don't know if like when I mean by spend the money on Ekatike, I just don't know if you guys put the 100 down, right? Like it's 100 million realistic, 100 million euros realistically. Like I just don't know.
This is my thing. I kind of agree with you on that because if we have the resources to go for Ekatike, am I saying that right? Ekatike. Yeah. If we have the resources to go for Hugo, we're gonna try and go get Isaac.
Yeah, that's just stretching now though.
Wait. Are you dropping the bag on Isaac? Do you know the bag you have to drop?
Wirtz in the same window. That's my point. It's like I just don't.
But 80. But if the sales,
here's where I see Pedro, João Pedro potentially being more available as an option than a like something like that. That makes more sense. Something a little bit less riskier, right? Where it would allow you to still go get Isak at a later window. You know what I mean?
But
they're asking for 80 for Livramento. How much do you think they're gonna ask for Isak?
120 at least.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be more than that.
It's gonna be around the same. They're gonna like, look, you just paid this for Wirtz. We're gonna want that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna want for Isak.
But
yeah,
if you look at João Pedro, Newcastle has the strongest links to João Pedro right now.
Yeah, but that's because you haven't made a sale yet.
But I don't think.
I know that, bro.
So this is
if you wanted João Pedro, let me tell you this: if you wanted João Pedro, Link, you would be able to get João Pedro from Newcastle.
I agree. I just don't think that he's high enough up on the short list.
That's where I'm just curious how I mean they were flexible with City in January, right? With Marmoush. Frankfurt was very flexible with City. Like they wanted 80 at first and they ended up dropping down to what was it, 68, 65, something like that, Patrick. So like that's kind of where my mind's at with this in this whole situation is like if Frankfurt is flexible, you end up with Ekatike. Like I see that.
I can see something like that happen. Or if he goes, like say for whatever reason he's already talked to Liverpool and he's basically waiting for the Liverpool bid and he's going to be like, I really want to go there. Then maybe Frankfurt will do that.
Yeah, if you agree personal terms and get everything done, I think that Frankfurt will. Because they've already replaced them, by the way. It's not like they haven't gotten their replacement in-house already. They bought their replacement already. And they need money to buy our wingers. Like, when I say our wingers, they want both of the wingers from Strasbourg.
Yeah.
They want both of them. Literally. They want Nanasi and they want Bakwa. They want both of them. They're going to lose the Doan deal to somebody else. Doan doesn't want to go to Frankfurt. So I'm a Bundesliga buff, so this is all Bundesliga talk. But Doan's a Freiburg Japanese winger that they were going to buy. He's rejecting the deal to Frankfurt. At this current moment, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Like, the whole deal is kind of falling apart. They agreed with Frankfurt on the money, and they didn't agree with the personal terms. So, because he's pretty inexpensive, and in Germany, he's really well sought after. So, like, they're probably going to lose that deal. Now, they need to sell Hugo to get money to buy either Bakwa or Nanasi because we're asking for 40 million. Like we're asking for 40 million all up front for him. So like that's where I just see this is where I think that eventually they're gonna have to bend for you guys. So
do you know
I mean they could also bend for us because we have the players that they want. So like that's the other thing. If we're as serious as if we want to be serious about this, Chelsea could definitely get Ekatike, like over Liverpool, over everybody, because we actually have assets that they want.
Right, but it goes back to has the player made a decision behind closed doors?
Exactly, and that hasn't happened.
How come nobody's going after? How come nobody's going after Simmons? I'm shocked. Maybe the next window, or maybe wait the next window.
I think that there's a worry of Simmons. I think Simmons has the same way that people have a worry with Gyökeres with Darwin Nunez, I think that there's a worry with Simmons with
Thank you.
Where he's I think it's less about like Gyökeres and Darwin Nunez like just being in that league. It's more about like Simmons and Nkunku are really positionless. Like you don't really.
It's the profile of attacker that you're getting.
Yeah, they're just positionless. Like you don't like they're not your prototypical 10 that's going to create a lot of opportunities, and they're more suited for like a wing 10, an inside forward 10, and even at inside forward, they're not explosive enough to be really like effective. So that's kind of like they're positionless. Like their profile it's almost like a dying breed of shadow striker that's just like not being played as much anymore. And
Germany is really one of the only places that you see it thrive still. And it's like, are you playing in a two?
Well, they play a lot of back threes, bro. And then when you have wing backs, then you can play those inside 10s.
Right.
And that's where Xavi Simmons really thrives. So like if you were to tell me Manchester United didn't land in Buemo and they went for Simmons, it would actually work out for him because like that's the kind of profile that he fits, is like what Cunha can do, what those inside 10s that you really want. That's really what he is. And it's a one-sided 10 because he doesn't cover enough ground for you to be able to play him as a singular 10.
And it's like if you look at the bigger sides in the Prem, like for us, the three of us on the show, he plays out left in any of our systems.
Yeah.
Like you have to force him.
I think in me and Patrick's systems, he would be okay, but it would still be more like you would have to play him in those inside areas. And the problem is he doesn't cover enough ground going back.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see City playing him at left 8, even though you could, but he's not playing the left 8. And
this kind of is a good way to lead to the conversation with Patrick, because this is going to be a good because I know me and you have had this conversation about City with City signings. So I would like to have a conversation. I'd like to have Patrick's insights on like what he thinks City is like moving with the way that their signings are. Like what is this next evolution of Pep look like with these signings?
Yeah, man. Look, what I'm looking at is I think he's changing, and I said it last season that he kept on hinting that this is not great. We are weak here. We're weak there. And every time Pep hints these things, you can see it throughout history. People make me laugh. They always say, "Oh, Pep's football is the same." It's not. He changes things, and he always tries to adapt to.
100%.
Yeah, that has been beating him. Once something beats him, especially like Chelsea. Remember when Chelsea, you guys kept on beating us with Tuchel? He tweaked a few things, and you guys couldn't beat us anymore because I saw what he tweaked. He's like, "Oh, these guys are playing this way. They're dominating me this way. Let me do this." Point in time, I just want to give you a bit of history where he said, "Oh, in the Prem, a lot of people are winning headers. They're bigger than us." That's what he said. Remember? He said that. Point in time when those shorter guys, the Rahims, he had shorter players, Aguero. Then he's like, these guys are beating us in the air. They're more physical. He went to get Akanji. He went to get Rodri. Remember Rodri after Fernandinho's in that tour, and then later on, boom. Yeah, okay. Then he said, "Oh, now I have people who are good in the air."
He's not even ball. He was just good in the air.
But he's good in the air. But he kept on complaining about that. It's like, these guys are taller than us. They keep beating us at set pieces. They're more physical. That's when he went to the back four, went to more physical, won the treble. Mm-hmm. Now, what I've noticed is he's noticed that people have switched up on him, or the teams have switched up. They're more transitional. They're more counter-attack. They're faster. Yes, they are sort of like
more athletic.
Yeah, you call them athletic pace agents, but they're more faster, and they'll leave you for dirt if you don't play well. So what I've noticed is he's gone back to the 4-backs. He wants 4-backs again, because remember he's looking for Livramento, but Livramento, I told people when he was at Southampton, I was like, let's buy this kid before this kid becomes something. People are like, you're just obsessed.
He was our product.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, this guy is a baller.
And the only reason he left is because he got a major knee injury like the year before.
Yeah, and then
him and Reece both had major knee injuries. Otherwise, he would have been sitting behind Reece. We wouldn't have never bought Gusto.
you guys also give away that guy's Lewis Hall or something. One of the guys just give them.
Lewis Hall. Well, it's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, we have Kukurea. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, Kukurea is not bad. Yeah, you guys stole him from us. What was I about to say? So basically now what I've noticed is he wants back to fullbacks. I kept on telling City fans, I was like, we need fullbacks in this team. I think the fullbacks have to come back because creativity is not great. And all the time, if you notice City this season is that four at the back for centre backs wasn't working. This is why Arsenal is struggling. They copied the four centre backs at the back. Do you know what the curse is? The curse with that is when teams sit back and you've got four centre backs at the back, you either have to have a very smart centre back who's able to create with you. But if the other team sits back, like what Nottingham Forest did to us, what's the point of four centre backs? They can't help you in creating. They can't overlap. They can't do shit. They'll sit back. Guess what? Teams will just let you guys come in the front and then pause and then
pop over.
Yeah, pop over and that's it. It's done. That's how the business. So I what I've noticed is I told people was like I bet you he's gonna get very fast and creative wing like fullbacks who can play wing backs. That can be able to get into the box and help in dribbling. There you go, and Nori, and there you go. He wants Livramento. Guess what? Livramento is not like at Nori, who's more dribbling and free. Livramento is more mature in defending. He's more better than in defending. He's more of a defensive side. If you can see, that's what he's looking for. He got rid of Cambiasso because the Cambiasso thing, I think, was going to be a waste. I think we're going to suffer.
Well, you're going to end up playing him in the midfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bringing a fullback who people say he mostly looks like a midfielder most of the time, wasn't it? So you can see now he wants to get back to the fullbacks that when he pins teams back, even our wingers, we're not getting support. This is why I told people Doku and Savio are starving because when they go 1v1, 4 people on them and nobody supporting them, no support runs. And I was like, there's nobody crushing in the box since Gundogan's legs are gone. None of our midfielders are getting into the box because they're scared of counters. You've noticed now he's got a box crusher in Reinders, somebody who can also be able to create. And then something I was also thinking about, I was like, I bet you this guy, he's looking at other teams saying, okay, you guys have got the pace and athletes. What if I go back to my tiki-taka but technical players? So now you see when to get Cherokee, Reinders, Nori, all these guys that can be able to dribble you or beat you. And if you notice that even with Mamouche, he went to get somebody who's good at transition to encounters. If you've just noticed all this team that he's building right now, if you take out the old guys and say you play a new team, and with you get right back. So let's say if Nunes is playing right back, you've noticed that everybody in this team is a ball carrier, can dribble, and has got technique. So he's basically going to beat you now with just, if you park the bus, these guys will dribble into your box. If you park the bus, these guys will shoot into the box. These guys can still run and recover. So that's where he's going to, because I'm telling you, he can't win the league again using the treble season team. I think he can't because it's so easy to beat.
The style that he played, at least in that treble season.
You can beat it. You can easily beat it. Like before the treble winning team, people were so, I don't know. Pep is funny. Somehow people quite get confused now. They figure him out. Then this season, it looks like when they figured him out, he was like, I don't have the tools. And fuck it, do whatever you want. Just beat me. Because he didn't have the tools. Because he tried a few times and played the ball over the top. It worked, but he still got counted.
It's the problem. That one thing I have.
You didn't have the legs
I'm
in midfield
curious
to do
about
that.
is some of these players and like some of the players that you might have. I think there has to be some outgoing specifically for me to like really see the whole entire vision of it all.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some players that are going to be really upset by the end of this. To me, I don't see a way that you play all the attacking options that you have. Okay, and let me put it in a perspective for you, just to kind of make you understand what I mean by this. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
As much as you want to play 2 10s, if you don't play an 8 that is more box to box, that covers some distance, because I feel like unless Rodri comes back 100%, and we all expect him to not come back 100%, I think that's like something that's well thought after, and this could just be totally eliminated if he comes back the same Rodri that he was.
I highly doubt it at the age of
Right,
10 and
but
29.
that's I'm just creating the caveat for you, just so you understand where I'm coming from. Reinder's best position is in the 10. Okay, when Milan's best played football, it was when he was higher up the pitch. He's not actually that good in box-to-box areas, and he is he's very Enzo Fernandez-like in the way that he defends. He misses a lot of tackles. His ball recoveries is very low. Enzo Fernandez this year, it was much better at it. But he still gets run by a lot. Like Enzo Fernandez gets run by a ton. Okay? Like a ton. He gets run by a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But specifically Reinders, it's very similar in that sense, where he is going to be ran by consistently. Now, Caicedo covers Enzo fantastically in these moments. So, like, once again, there's the caveat that Rodri can cover the ground and it can be okay. Okay? The other side of it is
don't forget Nico Gonzalez is at 8 also.
Yeah, but with him, he's also another caveat for me because I haven't seen enough of him. Like I didn't watch him at Porto. The few moments that I've seen him, he was more box crashing for you guys anyways. It wasn't like this box to box situation. It was more him box scratching. And that's where I got to notice his capability in the box, was when he was like more Marino-like, where he was finding himself in the box in more moments. But I didn't get to see him defensively, like, because a lot of times you don't have that many defensive scenarios that you guys have to defend. You know, that's just what it depends on the type of game you're playing against. I mean, I think I was watching it against Bournemouth that you guys were playing recently. Like at the end of the season, where I saw Nico Gonzalez, and it wasn't like anything special, but he got in the box a lot. Cherki, that's the one that I have not been able to wrap my head around with Pep. Like,
is he a starter?
Man, do you know what I see with Cherki? Yeah, but you know how I see with Cherki, and I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I see what sort of damage this guy can do. But you know the damage I'm looking at? People are looking at the whole number 10 thing, right? I'm looking more winger, right winger, with, let's say, for instance, you have Foden as the 10. Let's say Foden comes back from this knee thing, because I hear